Hey there, Stampers, and welcome to another Step It Up video. This week, I did this in honor of my mom's birthday, but it's just a fun little card. So this is the step 1, this is step 2, and step 3. Not a whole lot of difference, but just kind of shows you how to bump it up. So let's go ahead and get started. We're starting off with the Real Red cardstock. And it's a 8.5 by 5.5 folded at 4 1/4 to make the standard A2 card base. The step 1 card is pretty simple. Just a Whisper White piece of cardstock. And then these papers are from, I think it's called Celebrations. I could be wrong. Anyway, they're 1-inch strips. 1/2 inch by 3 inch, and they're double-sided, so you can use whatever you like. So you're just going to arrange these in a pattern. This is the candle. You're going to arrange these in some pleasing pattern. Then I took the 2-step bird punch, the wing portion, and I used Crystal Effects. I'm going to show you how I did that. I have some drawing over here. They're still wet. But the way you do this is you have your little, this is the way I do it. Everyone else can figure out a way. But I just put a little of the Crystal Effects on there. And then I used the a paper piercing tool, and I spread it. I actually, when I did all 3 of these cards, I did it on the card. I put this piece down after it was completely finished with the ribbon and the sentiment and everything, and then I just did this carefully. And you can see you just move it along. I use the side to kind of push it towards the edge, and then I just left it alone to dry for maybe an hour or so. You don't want a real thick layer, you just want enough to make it shiny. And just kind of like so. I don't know if you can see that. Come up. Anyway, so I'm going to push that to the side. And so that's all you're going to do. You're going to layer, you're going to adhere your candles onto the Whisper White. Then you're going to take your flames and put them just above. You can even draw a little wick if you wanted. That would be cute. And then you're going to take a piece, this is satin Real Red ribbon, and wrap it around the Whisper White. And then I used Real Red, and I think this is a 2-inch circle. Yes, 2-inch circle, the red. And then this is an old style punch, and I don't know what shape it is. I don't know what size it is, but I can figure it out. So I used from Wordplay, the Wish Big. I used Pacific Point to do the wish, and I just did this part like this, carefully. Careful not to get the big or the star with the blue. Like so. And then I took Real Red with the brush tip, and I did the star carefully, and then big. And then when I was finished inking up the stamp, I huffed on it to kind of reactivate that blue. And then I stamped it on some Whisper White, like so. And then using this punch, you're going to come in and just make sure you have a little white at the H tip, at the top of the H, and at the bottom, the corner of the B, and it'll fit, and it'll fit perfectly. You just have to kind of play with it until you get it just so. pop it out. And then on the 2-inch red, I popped it up with some dimensionals, and that's your level 1 card. Level 2 card is basically the same, except we took some of that Pacific Point and put a mat under the Whisper White. Again, we arranged the candles, kind of how you like it. You can see my fingerprint on that one. It really is good just to kind of leave these the candle wick flames alone while they're drying. And then this time, instead of just a plain piece of ribbon, I made a little knot. We can go the opposite way because it looks better. And then adding the Wish Big with dimensionals over it. And the same thing with the flames. You're going to, put the crystal effects on there to give it shine. See how cute that looks with the shine? Can you see? It's so shiny and it looks like a flame. The level 3, again, is very similar, except this time we take some Old Olive as the mat for the Whisper White, and just a thin mat. Then take some Pacific Point and cover the bottom part of the Whisper White. And then we're going to wrap our red ribbon around to the Old Olive piece. Adhere it down like that. Oh, forgot about our candles. We always want our candle underneath the ribbon, but that's an easy fix. Let's see. So we're gonna slip this one like so, and this one, and I like them staggered. Some up, some down, middle, and then the red dots next, and then the numbers like so. Then you're going to add your flames, and this one I added a bow on here and the Wish Big. So it's easy as that. This is really easy card, and I think this is a great multi-purpose birthday card. It's great for adults, but it's really great for kids, teenagers, little kids. I really like this, and I like the colors too, the big bright colors. So this is our step 1, and step 2, and step 3. I hope you found this helpful, and we'll see you next time. Bye!